towards that, Jim.
Okay, so my name is Denitria, and I like this because it explains like different ways of life. It describes like the cycle of life. It talks about kind of like rape and like being forced to do something that you don't want to do, and it also talks about how like you can overcome things, and that's kind of like how I feel right now, like being trapped into society and society's rules, and being able to overcome that being in society. And also how, the rape thing she was talking about, it tells like how she overcame it and what you can do if you like ever been in this predicament before. You don't have to be alone, and you don't have to be alone in this world. It makes me think about life and society. As I said, it was talking about how you're being held back from doing something, kind of like when she was raped, and it makes me think about like how society is right now and how you're being held back from doing something that you want to do because society's rules always tell you to do a certain thing, or people always tell you to do a certain thing because that's the way of life, and sometimes people don't want to actually do that. So yeah.
My name is Chaz Brickford, and this is the architecture space where there's like a bunch of famous buildings. I like to watch how everything is built before they're built, basically what the process goes into it, how they plan it, and how artistically accurate everything is to scale. Basically, it's a lot of, even though I don't like math, there's a lot of math involved, but it just looks pretty cool to look at the colors and how it looks a lot like life outside. That's pretty cool. I mean, it made me think about the time where I had to build like a city for Rome for art and English project simultaneous, and it was pretty difficult. But I remember making stuff out like a styrofoam and wood, and that's kind of like what they do. I just didn't add color to it, but when you add color to it, it makes it look more professional, precise, and all that. It looks pretty amazing.
Oh, I like the armor and these weapons and all the the foreign armor. This armor is actually like hundreds of years old. I didn't know that. It's like armor from like ancient wars that's been like from 1576 and Roman armor, and it's all really cool.
Hi, I'm Cooper Thomas from Team Lab Gallery 37. And my favorite place in the museum is Gallery 292, which is a simplistic space that shows and represents a fallen tree that was once dead and brought back to life by an artist. The artist found this dead tree on the side of a road and noticed its fallenness and brought it back to life using his own touch on things. He expresses emotion through this piece, which is why it stood out to me. And I reflect to this piece because it portrays the emotion that I take from life, and how nothing can really die, and everything can always be brought back to life.
My name is Risa, and this is the Steve McQueen exhibit, and it's my favorite out of everything in the museum. I really like the videos over all the paintings and other photography. It's like the most unique piece out of everything. I don't really do video art, but I really like the abstract ideas behind it, and I just thought it was really cool.
My name is Bowen Godin, and we are currently in the photography and film of New York. I really like this space because it's really showing like a certain time of American history in a very American city. When you think of America, you think of New York, you think of the Statue of Liberty, you think of all the hardships that we've gone through. And then you see this, you see workers and everyday people doing what they're doing, but they're doing it so brilliantly and so majestic, but it's just their everyday work, it's just physical labor, but to the fullest. And I really like that because it's really showing the raw things in a different perspective. Because every day we don't see people working on the docks, we don't see people shipping things everywhere. Work has become sort of discreet, but in this time frame it was like work is what you live for. It was a thing of passion. You loved what you did, and work was home. It's all of this passion, all this thing, all this beauty and working, and I just love this time area, this like 1920s to 1950s. It's like raw American culture where we really built up America's, the roaring 20s to the Great Depression, to World War II, and then the 50s of uninterrupted peace for a decade. It was just like serenity almost, because you didn't really have a care in the world, just did what you did.
Hi, my name is Kennedy. I'm at Chicago Windows. What I really like about this is that there's different shades of blue, which is my favorite color, and I always liked stained glass. I actually tried to do this, but it didn't do very well. And I like that it's very mesmerizing with the light coming through.
This is my favorite space because two of the most well-known paintings in the entire museum are located right here. There's right behind the American Gothic, and there's Nighthawk, which is normally displayed over there, but it's currently traveling. Though what I do like about it is that you can sit on this bench and see both of them at the same time, and they're both in their own right famous, extraordinary works. And you can't do that anywhere else in the museum, this is a rare opportunity. Like, it's very convenient. It's because of location, but it's also because this is showing the right kind of the perfect sense of art. Like, it's in the past, but it's not yet, it's modern, but it's not, but it's still linked to the past in a way. So it's not old, it's not it's like new, it's like sits in the middle, in this space in between.
Hi, I'm Tanisha, I'm part of Teen Lab, and this place is what you call my favorite place in the museum. It is the Thornhill Mini Rooms. I really like these places because the texture here is so good. Like, you see so much on architecture which you would never really see in an actual, like, real house or real place, and there's just a lot you can do with this. Yes, actually, the way I heard about these were through a book, and in the book, like, it was kind of like fictional, where people would just, take a key and then they actually get to go in the rooms and just explore everywhere. That's actually how I heard about it. At first I was like, what are they talking about? Until I started working here, I started realizing, like, this name sounds kind of familiar, and then I just fell in love with them. Very imaginatory, because when you look at these, there's a lot that you could just say and do about them, and it's so interesting.
Hi, I'm Alanis. Okay, we're in the Millennium Park part, of the museum, and I like this area and this piece, and specifically because it's kind of cool to see stuff that you pass by on the way to art class and whatnot, and you get to see it, like the top of it, and you get to see it in different views that you wouldn't see it usually as you're walking by. There's something like this in Houston, where I'm from. I think it might even be the same artist. It's in a park in Houston called Discovery Green, and although it's not black and white, it has some other colors, but it kind of reminds me of home as well. So I would say maybe a little bit surreal, because I never thought it was possible to see something that I see a lot and a whole view. And there's this one, they got the Picasso piece over there, so it's cool.
My name is Lena Lago, and we are in the Monet Gallery. Because most of the artworks and things are peaceful and calming, and that really describes what my personality is, and so that's why I started to stay here and stuff like that.
Aaron Pryor, Timber Gallery. The gallery is very morbid and dark, and it switches, like, as you're in the gallery and you go towards the back of the gallery, it switches to vivid. Like the gallery itself is trying to calm you down from seeing all the morbid that you saw in the beginning, and then it ends. And I just found that really interesting, because the first painting I saw was like really dark, and then that right there was like kind of inviting me inside of the gallery. So that's why I like the contemporary art gallery. And I visited there over the summer, and I wanted to come back, but the first week I was here, I couldn't find it. So it took me like 2 weeks to find where that gallery was, and I finally found it, and that's just my favorite gallery.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Young. As I was browsing through the pictures, I saw this. This basically activated my imagination to think of several things, like clouds and I just see a variety of things. I see lightning coming to, well, basically I see lightning coming to boom down to the ground, crashing. Basically how basically just how I see basically how everyone had knocked down all the grasslands. I see that as the skies tearing them down, breaking them down, so it can grow back. Yeah, it's like a destruction. Yeah, also it's also like something you do to stop others from pulling you down, or putting you in a cage, or overpowering you.
Dark.
Amazing.
Simplistic.
Convenient.
Environment.
Interesting.
Meaningful.
Life.
Nature.
Amazing.
It's cool.